Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
The trip will be, we'll visit 4 schools. We'll go to Legion Park, we'll look at, we'll go to Acadian, we'll do Oak Lawn, and we'll see if we have time for a 4th, okay? So we'll do those for sure. We did them last week, and we had time, and we got to see all the, what we needed to see. So. Prior to the storm, let me start off with this. I think this is important to kind of know this. Prior to the storm and prior to COVID, the district embarked on a facility study, facility task force. They studied every school, looked at everything from air conditioning to who owned the property to condition of the schools, everything. Analyzed it, charted it, came back, talked about ways to remedy some of these things, and came up with a plan. So when I assumed the position here, I had a blueprint on some things to do that was accelerated by the storm. The storm, coupled with this plan, kind of gave us a roadmap to kind of get some things done. So what you'll see here is a lot of things we've done, including improved security, which was part of the plan. Now, we knew we had to do some things security-wise, but that was also very clearly seen in the plan. Just currently, I just want you to see this. We have 20 school resource officers in our schools, the most we've ever had. Matter of fact, some schools have 2. So this little chart here, Leonard did some really good work for us. Leonard's in the back here. He put this together for us, and just based on some conversations he and I had, if it's a single cap, that means 1 school resource officer at that school. So all the dark blues are HPD, and the light ones are Terrebonne Sheriff's Office. So some of the schools in the shield on the right, like South Terrebonne High School, they have 2. H.L. Bourgeois has 2 SROs, and everybody else either has their own or they're sharing. And the sharing circles are getting smaller. So you can see we're sharing 1 SRO to 2 schools. At one time it was 3 to 4. Now we have like Lisa Park and Broadmoor. They're sharing 1. That SRO goes back and forth. Very unannounced, unplanned way so that nobody gets a kind of bead on their location. Shriever Caldwell has 1, Coteau Oakshire has 1, and we have 2 of them between Village East, LaCache, Montague Middle, and Montague Elementary. I just wanted to kind of share that with you. We're investing in school resource officers. We're investing in fencing. We have just about every school with a perimeter fence that needed a perimeter fence. And we're putting them 7 foot high. You'll see one today at Acadian, 7 foot high. We're encapsulating all the different separated buildings so that we can tie them all into one confined area. Okay, we're also doing some other things safety-wise. I mean, we have metal detectors. We have open gate metal detectors. I was in an airport recently, and they're using open gates. These towers that are in this lower left corner you see here. We have rave panic button. We have the Raptor visitor ID centers that it's basically you pass your driver's license and it does a background check. So before somebody comes in, that's kind of part of the process of them coming into the school. We have Knox boxes, lockdown emergency kits, and even, sad to say, stop the bleed kits. They say some of the shootings that happened could have saved lives had they had equipment, know-how on how to stop bleeding. So we're going to train people and have that in a lockdown emergency kit bucket in every classroom. We've written a grant for that. We got funded. It's a matter of getting the materials in right now. We're doing things as well as, this is Coteau Bayou, probably the most dangerous street when it comes to parents picking up kids. That's Country Estates Drive. They're literally parked halfway on the road because there's no shoulder. And it's been like that for years, and we've been hearing complaints. So we're going to fix that by putting this turnaround on the property. We're going to double stack cars, make a loop and let them exit out the back. We'll be able to stack about 100 cars. That ought to take care of all traffic getting off of that road. So that's a much needed safety project that we're going to do there. And we're looking at others. Matter of fact, you might have seen we just adjusted Southdown. Did you see that? Did you see the line at Southdown, a long tunnel? It was all the way back to probably Big Al. Yeah. So we put the cars in the back, all the way behind Southdown Stadium, and put the buses in front, so we alleviated all that traffic on the shoulder. Now, it wasn't designed like that, but we kind of saw a way to kind of fix a little problem, make it safer. So far, so good. We're also able to take care of a lot of air conditioner replacements in the last few years. Mr. Hammond and I, when he was on the board, we talked through this with some of the federal money we had, and we said, if it's allowable, why not? We're having trouble with all of these old systems. They're very old, they're patched up, and here you have it. We've spent quite a bit of money, and rightly so. We needed some new systems at Oaklawn, Elysian, Broadmoor, Mulberry, Coteau. Coteau's coming. We're going to do a whole replacement on Coteau. H.L. Bourgeois, Legion, Dularge, Terrebonne High. Lisa Park's not up there. That alone made the start of school so much better because we weren't running around trying to fix air conditioners. They were kind of fixed because they were new. Now, we still had trouble with a couple of them. Matter of fact, Legion Park, brand new system, got hit with a power surge from a lightning storm. So we had to kind of quickly kind of get the circuitry kind of redone on that one. But nonetheless, we spent over $25 million on air conditioning. Unbelievable. When you look at a Bourgeois one, a $5 million project. It's a huge, huge school, but that's what it took. So we're feeling good about that. And I want to show you these videos, and we're going to go see these schools, including Houma Junior High is the one I didn't mention earlier, the fourth one. Leonard put these videos together just to give you a little taste of what they look like so when we go see them. So pardon me for seeing this already, Jessica. Y'all seen it at the Rotary Club meeting. By the way, if the hospital or any group would like me to go present this or anything about this, I'm willing to do that and would like to do that. So Brett, y'all kind of let me know if there's a group that would like to see or hear some of this. Okay? So here's Acadian. Acadian was in rough condition pre-storm. Storm made it rougher, but it was dingy, it was dark, it was and it was not a matter of being outdated, but outdated to the point that it had a feel, and I'm going to use the word a depressing feel. Poor lighting, dirty floors, that you couldn't clean with a mop. You know, just stains and built up wax in the corners and a lot of things. Needed paint job, windows, I can go on and on. So coupled with federal money and hurricane repairs, this is what it looks like today. So we'll walk this one today, so you'll get to see this one. But what do you think about Acadian? Thank you. And I think what you're going to see is it's just what a school should look like. It's not like anything grand or anything like this is state of the art, but it's just nice, standard, well kept looking school. So that's
when you walk into Acadian, I want you to notice when you're walking through front doors that you're going to be able to see a view of a courtyard that was always there, but you never saw it because they had, correct me if I'm wrong, some old blinds that were up, and it kept, and just the removal of those blinds and cleaning those windows and opening it up and letting that light in, it just changes the whole atmosphere of the school, to give you that feel-good feeling when you walk in.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, and I think, like you said, removing some old dirty screens,
Exactly.
made all the difference. And so for us, it's about the feel that kids have when they come in the building, the sense of something well kept, fresh and open, and they might not even obviously understand what it does to their whole state of, emotional state, but it's a factor, that we're very proud of. Do-Large is one we're not going to see, but I think worth mentioning, and I think worth mentioning that the Sheriff's Office, through their trustee program, came in and painted the entire school in just a matter of a few days. Matter of fact, they're painting at Oak Lawn currently, so we'll probably get to see some of their work in the hallways. They're doing hallway painting. And that's like one of the final touches on Oak Lawn. But this one came out really, really nice, and I think it's worth just showing. New principal, Andrea Rodrigue, Laurie Prosper, assistant principal, walk into the foyer and walk straight into, and notice the floors and the paint job on the hallways and in the classrooms. And again, new air conditioning system here, you'll see that. Custom-made cabinets by our carpentry department. This was years back, but well-built stuff. Just a standard pre-K class, but just well done, well outfitted, nice, neat. Give it up to Leonard for putting together a great video. That's such a good job. I love that one.
In that video, what impresses me is that that pre-K classroom, it had all the stations. You had your science station, your art station, and just different ones for the kids to go into, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. So Houma Junior High, we had a lot of complaints, particularly after the storms. It took a while to get that one kind of repaired. So it's stood with barren floors and just ceiling issues. Matter of fact, ceilings were stained from years of, I'm not even sure what it was. It looked like huge rust stains, but people kind of, I think, thought that it was just an unsafe kind of tile. But we got it tested. There was nothing wrong with it. It just looked bad. It's probably original. I'm not sure the year, but it was original stuff. So what you'll see here are dropped ceilings with new lighting, new flooring, baseboards, paint job, and it just transformed a dark, dingy school that kind of looked obviously dated and needed some attention. So again, thanks to the storm, silver lining. We always kind of look at the silver lining of the storm, and what you see here is the results of that. And as we go, I want you to kind of see if what you see here is how you feel when you kind of walk in the building. So we're kind of stealing the thunder of the visit, but it's a great administrative team here as well. They're doing a great job together.
Well, and here's a little fun fact about Houma Junior High. The young lady that is now the principal, Therese LeBlanc, she taught over there her first year teaching. We stole her from HTV. She was an anchor girl from Martin Falls, and she came over there and taught her first year. And today she's the principal at that school.
That's right.
Did a good job training her, Mr. Falls.
She was a good person.
Yeah.
Still is.
So that was Houma Junior High. This is Oak Lawn. So what we have here is not a video, but before and after pictures, and we'll go kind of look at it. So this is like looking at the front entrance of Oak Lawn. A lot of storm damage. We had roof damage. So this school, and in this booklet here, I know there's so much I can share with you, but we have every school and all the repairs that happen. Now, some of these repairs are storm repairs, but we also have just other things we did outside of that. So Oak Lawn is probably our most extensive project, and I think they're alphabetical, right, Leonard? So Oak Lawn's in there. We did new air conditioning at Oak Lawn. You're going to see new windows, new flooring, a lot of new lighting. We're building, you're going to see in the process of being in construction is a vestibule, which is a secure entry to that school. So when guests walk into this lobby here, they'll be in a secure room, out of the weather, but secure, and they'll have to be buzzed in from inside. So there's a reconfiguration of the front office as a result of that whole plan. New roof, new AC, and just some other little special touches that you'll see as I kind of go through some of these slides. So that's what it looks like then and now. Wow. So it's a transformation. And that's what we kind of said from the beginning. We took the orange bricks and painted them a complementary color to the windows, which is a little bit a darker gray to match the windows and walls. So all this is new. All those light gray wall, so when we changed the windows, it was the whole, what they call the storefront. So it's a big transformation in changing windows. Again, federal money allowed us to kind of do this project. This is what it looked like outside the office. Here's what it looks like then, and when you see it today, you'll see even another little change all that, I'm gonna tell you, all that dirt is now concrete. So that kind of dressed it up a lot. Here's the front parking lot, then, now.
Wow.
We went from that, and we said, let's sod this area, so that's what it looks like currently.
We'll raise for Connie Berg to
cut. That to that. This was the area outside the office, which we now have a built-in trophy case and just kind of made it a little more neat and clean. That to that. Hallways now, classrooms then, classrooms now. Now, when you're looking, and one of the things that we kind of notice as you're kind of going through all this transformation, you do everything, you do floors, you do walls. We need to paint chalk trays, little things, because it stands out. So we did that. Now, the next thing we're looking at is, what about these lights? So we're going to change that out. So you're going to see, and they're going to stand out because everything else looks so good, and things that are not looking so good really pop. So we're going to change out all the lights and ceilings and put all those nice flush LED lights in the classrooms. That's we're working on a grant through Entergy for that, and should be coming due pretty soon. Cafeteria. Energy efficiency, less windows yet. I think more light. So it went from that to that to that. You'll see some. This is what the cafeteria interior obviously looks like.
Last time I was in there was in the 60s.
Yeah. We have a lot of new equipment, new hood, new plumbing that we had to kind of get done. It's all working out pretty good. A lot of different colors and patterns in the school, so it's something a whole lot more uniform and consistent. The gym is probably the most visible from Grand Caillou Road, and it's got a lot of work happening right now. It was rusting, and all that has kind of gotten cleaned up a whole lot, and it's going to get wrapped with that same material. So you'll see that today. This is the rear. This is the interior then, interior now. The whole wall and windows, new air conditioning. These new tubes are new air conditioning. That's what the gym will look like at Oaklawn. So that's coming, okay? We'll go see that one. It's a good one to take our final look at. And just a few other things. We're part of the appearance and just safety is we had to kind of resurface some tennis courts, and while we were there, we repainted them according to the school colors, new nets, new posts. South Terrebonne's getting done. It was getting done last week. It should be almost finished. That one had some gouges from the storm. A lot of things hit it. Yeah, so that kind of got all patched up and done. This is future of H.L. Bourgeois' competition gym. It's dated. It's old. The court's yellow. Lighting is bad. Leonard, again, and I, we talked a lot about kind of what we wanted, or what I wanted, and what I talked to the administration, and he kind of put this little mock-up together. We're going to do with a two-tone gray court, royal blue perimeter, and key lock. We're going to change out bleachers, go with a black bleacher, and matte black ceilings, which is what we have at South Terrebonne High School's gym. Really good for lighting. New lights, uniform, banners, just make it look really nice. Because their other gym, the volleyball gym, got redone from the storm. So we could have toured a lot of schools today. There's so many things that happened. But part of the facility task force was also Terrebonne High. And Clyde was a big push for Terrebonne High when he was on the board. And I'm not going to go through it, but I just want you to see that this is a major project. On our website. At the very bottom, we have a flip book of Terrebonne High. If you have a chance, you can enlarge this, and it goes through the entire history of the building. It has all of the facets of rebuild. We're going to touch every aspect of the school. Athletics, band, science labs, classroom, windows, flooring, lighting.
Landscaping.
So, well, we have a lot, but that might be on the cutting floor, so to speak, because we're looking to spend about $20 million on this project, on a refurbished building. So some things we'll see, but we do have some landscaping included. Field house I mentioned, library, and probably the most important thing is right now the office is on the second floor. So people come in, they're buzzed in, yet to get to the office you've got to go through the stairs and the hallways, and there's no really safe way to kind of get people into the office. All that's going to be transformed, so we'll bring the office down, make the foyer a nice vestibule that they're buzzed into the office, put everything office-wise upstairs, downstairs, and make classrooms and other spaces up top. So that's kind of the gist of it, but it's very detailed, this whole plan. A lot of transmission in the hallways to kind of take up space of lockers that are no longer used by kids anywhere. Like, we just don't use lockers. It was a thing, obviously, when the school was built, but very well done booklet so you can kind of get a taste of Terrebonne High. Okay? And one more I want to show you is, this one was part of the task force recommendations, and it was combining Montague Middle and LaCache. And those two schools, they share band, they share athletics, because they're not that big by themselves. So the plan from the beginning was to take the property right, I guess, west or north of South Terrebonne High School, which is school board property, and build a middle school there. So we're in the process through FEMA to get the money from LaCache put toward this school here, as well as some other monies to kind of make this project a reality. So this is the schematic of South Terrebonne Middle. The idea is to tie it into South Terrebonne High School with the same colors or brick colors, just so they have a little cohesion there, yet it being a little bit more modern looking. So that's what we're looking at. That's the quad inside. Backside's gonna be a 2-story classroom building with a gym, big cafetorium, and so forth. And then one more, Fletcher building is in the process of being repaired so that we can make that our career and college center We're going to be able to take the entire VOTEC and house it right here in a one building, under one roof facility, as well as add some other college track courses that typically don't make at the school. I'm gonna give you one example, drama. We don't have drama in most of our schools. We need to have like a theatrical or arts kind of program at this school here. So that's kind of one of the main, I think, areas we're gonna kind of focus on the college side at this school, where kids can come from all 4 schools to one program at that school. We have space, it's huge. To fit the entire VOTEC, plus have a lot of other classroom space for other things. Okay?
And something about these last 3 schools, you know, when Terrebonne gets redone, it's going to keep that historical significance to it, but yet it's going to be totally modernized. You know, when you walk in through the front doors at Terrebonne, people don't even notice anymore the WPA works of art that are up there. Those will be, you know,
Preserved.
made more visible and protected, you know, because those are historical significance.
Yeah.
And then the South Down Middle is going to be state of the art. It is going to be something that the East Side needs, and I held Bubba to the task of doing it for $24 million, and the architect came through for us, but nothing was skipped on it. And then the Fletcher building, it's not just going to be your typical vocational school. It's going to be a true career technical school offering an expanded curriculum. Yeah.
Yep. So we're excited about that one in particular.
Yeah, this storm, was it devastated Terrebonne Parish, but yet for the school system, it really was a blessing in disguise, because that little booklet you see there of about 50 or 100 pages, originally that was a 25-year plan. Mm-hmm. And 3-4 years later, we're seeing the fruits of the labor of this task force that put it together. Because of the storm.
Right.
All right, well, let's go. We'll go check out 4 schools, starting with Houma Junior High. We'll do some quick little walk through the halls. We're not going to kind of get too far into the classrooms. Kids are here today, but let's just go check them out. And I want you to get a feel for the energy of the building. Tell me what you think about that.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights.
Big crowd today. Hi, everybody.
Yep. Our principal, Therese LeBlanc, and she'll Just give us a quick little tour, starting with maybe front office, stuff like that. Let's go look at.
Give her that microphone, Mark. He knows how to use them.
That's 30 years ago, guys.
Good morning, everybody.
Y'all can come in, it's just off. Look, walk through this way.
Principal's office.
Walk through. It's just been painted and updated a little bit. Just make it a little bit more inviting. Some new furniture, because
Give you an idea of the age of the school.
Wow.
I take offense to that.
Wow.
That date is the school.
I love that we kept it though,
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
right?
I love that.
Really.
Yep.
But as you can see, it's brightened from floor, ceilings, a lot of paint, even in the trophy cases, brightens it up a whole lot, and we feel really good about this space. So we'll kind of walk down the main hall, Therese, if that's good, and walk into maybe one room, just show what the ceilings, lights, and windows, everything look like in a classroom. Okay.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Are you going to see the trophy cases? We're redoing all of them, and each club or sporting team is going to be responsible for kind of keeping it more updated. And then we'll put the old trophies probably in the library. So we're not getting rid of anything, but we're kind of updating. Because there were some from like 1954, which is great. We cheered in the back. Was that your year? So we don't want to get rid of it, but we want our kids to be more connected to what they're doing.
You can see stairwells to the right. This, we went back with the Houma Junior High blue, and
All right.
First time in this school.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was east side.
our painting expert, Mr. Bobby Douglas.
He's done a great job.
Rob Bob.
We have some visitors. Just you can keep working. They might ask you some questions, but they're coming see how great you guys are.
Okay, guys, so again, that first set of tests, right? So whenever we were looking at that data, when we were looking at our tsunamis, right, we weren't picking them all up.
Your board's out here.
How you doing? How you?
Wonderful, how are you? We are working on an essay. We just finished reading a book and we did
Freak the
some.
Mighty.
We did Freak the Mighty. We did some artwork for it on Friday, and we are working on our culminating writing test. So we're doing some brainstorming.
Gotcha.
It's so well behaved.
They are. It's a really good class.
I have to hit the.
Go ahead, I did it.
But y'all like it, Brian? I asked y'all this last week, I think, and the answer was no. So we can
No way.
adjust as needed. As low as that.
Hold your computer up. Hold it up. So when I see that. No more black and white composition books. Everything is totally modern, state of the art. Everything's it's incredible, incredible.
That's no big deal to them, y'all realize. We're all like, wow. And this is just their everyday life, right?
Well, guys, this is our updated Houma Junior High. I hope you got the feel that we were talking about, how it's changing. And as Martin said, kids are doing really well. Well-behaved, good administrative team. Kanika's not here with us right now,
She has
but
some students with her.
really good team, and they're doing a great job. So, Houma Junior High, thank y'all.
Thank y'all for
looking
coming to
next one.
visit.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.
one day of work, and it's this lady driving our bus today.
Oh,
Hey.
congratulations.
How many years, Julian? 30? How many years? Remind me.
It was 25 hard on.
25 from your start. Yeah, that's true because you did it earlier. But still, 25 years and no missed days.
Yeah, for me.
So Legion, you're gonna see we have new floors, new ceilings. You can see here new windows and walls, and then all this paint job is gonna be carried over to those white columns. We're gonna paint them this kind of taupe color right here. Is gonna kind of blend in with the flooring on the inside as well. So lots of updates. We're gonna just do a quick little walk down the hallway just to get to see a updated Legion Park element. Good morning. This is our head custodian, Mr. Sly. And
How you doing today?
How you doing?
You doing all right?
Doing just fine.
he does a great job.
Yeah, you got that glass looking really clean.
Thank you. Hey, that's part of the job to get it done.
Right here. I love
So windows, hedges, just Sly and his team does everything.
almost
All right.
They get it real nice.
Hey,
Great job.
meet you, Mr. Mark.
the only
Y'all have a
chip
good day.
It's right down there.
Right down there, Hurricane.
Hey, man. You good? Been here. Good. Right here. How you doing?
Hello.
Give me some more cherry now.
It's our principal, Sherry McGuire, Legion Park, and she's seen it at its lowest point and at its peak right now, with still some work being done to kind of get it to its optimal state, right? The building. She's done a great job with kids. Kids are performing well. They were really low, and they've grown tremendously. So great work here. But the school building, we feel, is going to also help in the process.
It does.
So-
It does. Yes.
So she's doing a great job, like I said, with all of her team and teachers here. So we'll just take a quick walk down the hall.
You should have hold this while you give us a little tour, that way it picks up your voice.
Okay.
All right.
So just tell us kind of as we're going, like some of the new renovations that happened in the school.
Y'all, Sherry McGuire is one of Terrebonne Parish School System's best kept secrets. She is a wonderful administrator. I got to work with her at Village East when she was the master teacher. Learned so much from her, about middle school curriculum. She's really fantastic.
Great time, great time.
Great time.
Yeah. Our floors, throughout the renovations, we had cement, and now we have beautiful floors. As you can see, the outline, it actually takes away from us having the tape on the floors. So great. We love it. We love this. We have new ceilings.
You want to look at
And they have actually redid doors.
an active first grade?
This is second grade
What are
class.
the grades here?
Pre-K 6.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And as you can see, the new ACs in the building works wonders because everybody now has their own control, so they can set their own control. They have come in and they've painted the whole room. Looks much better. Yes.
So our teacher, Miss Stacy Terrio.
Miss Terrio. Our new windows brings in a lot of light. And we also have new lighting.
How are y'all? Doing okay this morning? Thank you all for letting us come say hello and check out your classrooms this morning. Is that all right with y'all? Yeah. Sure. We'll see y'all next time. Good seeing y'all. Good seeing y'all.
Our doors are painted, so they're coming back, and as you can see, some rooms now have the frames. They worked over the break, so we're trying to get there so every room is done. We have some classes that are still trying to get back. They was working over the holidays of our break, and so they're setting up the classes and getting them straight. Yeah. And putting the rooms back together again. So we learn to do what we have to do in order to make sure. Yes. This one over the break.
Came out good? It's good? It's good? Good?
We are rolling, trying to get it back together again. It looks really nice. They did an awesome job.
Yep, they really did it. Yeah.
It looks perfect.
Legion Park Elementary School,
1959?
1959. Wait, you see? Yeah, 1959. And look, it was built with that Art Deco design on the outside. It was beautiful. But then as those pink tiles started chipping, and they had to go. And all those windows on the outside, they've been replaced with smaller windows, but yet, like the superintendent said, it still lets in a lot of light and makes it airy for those kids, and it's much safer. That's interesting. Charlie Collins, Russell DeGeary, C.C. Miller was the superintendent. In EWB, FAURE, that's a new one on me, was the supervisor of physical plants. Had some who's who in Houma that were on the school board back then too.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.
So, Mr. Superintendent, it's amazing what a lot of innovation, a lot of paint, a lot of cleaning, a lot of different ideas can do to make a school transform, right?
That's right, yeah. And I hope we saw, two good examples of that at Houma Junior High and Legion Park, and there's many others. We could probably go to every school and see something. We picked out a few of them that are just like really transformational, before and after. So we're off to Acadian. We'll go see Acadian Elementary, and then we'll wrap up our tour with Oak Lawn. That's another one that was just in a state of needing some attention, and we're giving it that, and we want it to be just a beautiful thing for the kids in particular, the teachers, and the communities, just that they feel they have just a good quality building that's going to house the learning of their kids.
One thing I noticed too, which I like, is you have a relationship with the custodians, you have a relationship with people on the ground other than the principal, you have a relationship with the school bus driver, Joanne, today. How important is it to get all that feedback when you're trying to transform a school?
It's utmost importance. And they're, as they say, the people in the trenches, they see all nooks and crannies of a building, and you got to listen. They know what needs to be done in a lot of situations, and they're important. They're important. We just met Sly. Sly's just a great gentleman and a quality worker. He does his job, and he does it so well. And they often get overlooked. They're often just in the background, but I've become friends with a lot of custodians and some of the cafeteria workers. Just important to go tell them hello and just tell them how much you appreciate them. whenever you visit.
Just learned that Joanne driving the bus never had a sick day.
25 years, no sick days. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah. That says a whole lot about Miss Joanne, no doubt.
Do the principals have a say-so, or is this, when it comes out of committee, like if you're going to redo, we're going to Acadian Elementary right now, do the principals have sort of a seat at the table to decide?
A lot, yeah, they do, yeah. A big part of it. A big part of their job too in the process, and we saw that here at Legion Park, is just the logistics. You know, we saw a teacher assembling her class because they painted it yesterday. So she had to vacate, move all of her stuff so they can get to all the walls, and now she's reassembling her classroom. So that's a lot of work on a principal to kind of logistically reposition teachers, and Acadian was a very difficult logistical puzzle, and that's what Principal Tanya Cook did a lot of. Torrey Carter at Oaklawn, he did that all summer long. Opening doors, simple things, you know, but somebody's got to be there to let people in certain areas, you know, just helping that whole logistical process. So they did a lot of that.
What surprised me is that, and I was surprised when I walked in Houma Junior High into Reza School, and the class was so well behaved. We so used to talking about the young kids today because they aren't like us.
Right.
A lot smarter than we were.
It's
but
different,
I was
for
surprised
sure,
at the discipline and the fact that they still look at authority the right way. So that when the teacher commands a class, they will respond.
Yeah, and that was obviously what we saw was every day. You know, it wasn't staged or anything like. They had no idea, and I've been in the school many times, and in all the schools for that matter, and that's the norm. You know, and you have a couple, I think, incidents that happen, and I think that kind of highlights what people might tend to believe about a particular school, but that's not the case day in, day out. Teachers do a great job with management. You know, there are isolated incidents, obviously, but what we saw is what you get pretty much at every school. We're going to see the same thing here. We saw it at Legion. Very polite kids, second graders, sitting in a class, great teaching going on. We'll see the same thing at Acadian, same thing. Young kids, middle school kids.
Technology is unbelievable. We couldn't even bring calculators.
Yeah, now's the norm too, right? Yeah, they're all in Chromebooks writing essays, you know, on Chromebooks. Yes.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights.
So what you're going to see here, so we have this fence out front, but that's not the safety fence. The safety fence is on the inside of that. It's about 7 foot high. It doesn't have a top horizontal post, part of the scale, but you'll see every building is connected by a fence, and it really makes a multi-building facility very, very confined.
The band that knows how to do our job. Good morning, how are y'all?
Good morning.
So you can see what Clyde was talking about. It just kind of gives it a lot of air, a lot of light, and it's a very usable space, this courtyard. And so the whole lobby and feel of this entry is just much more inviting. When you see new floors here, new ceilings, new lights, and just transform the entry of Acadian Elementary. This school has a school resource officer, which is located in the front. We have future plans to, not exactly sure just yet how, but make some kind of wall right here so that we make this lobby a secure vestibule. Come say hello, Miss Sue. It's our assistant principal, Sue LaBeouf. We're just going to walk through a couple of halls and say hello and walk in maybe 1 or 2 classrooms. Just check it out. All right?
Sounds good.
All right, thanks. Is Miss Cook available, or she's
actually in observation.
she's in observation?
Next for y'all.
Okay. You know Tanya?
How you doing?
Hi, hi.
How you doing?
Welcome to my school. Hi. Hi. Well, I hope you felt warm and fuzzy when you came in the building.
Can I put my sunglasses?
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
So this is Tanya Cook. She's the principal here. How long have you been here exactly? 5 years already?
This is my 5th year, yes.
5th year. So
Yes.
she's in her 5th year as principal. She was a former curriculum specialist in English language arts and assistant principal at Oakshire.
For a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit, and then you've been here for 5 years.
Yes.
Doing a great job again. She's her school has grown in number. You're at 700.
A little bit under, about
A little bit under
665.
So it's a lot of elementary kids. It's pretty standard to the Lisa Parks, Broadmoors. There's just a few more than those schools. At one time, it did have, prior to Tanya, close to 900 kids at Acadian.
Yeah.
So it's gone down, even though it's still pretty high considering.
Yes.
So great job. What's your letter grade?
B.
B school.
We are a B.
Great job, and looking to continue to improve always. Right?
Yes. We had tremendous growth this past year, so I'm anxiously, I kind of have it in my brain what our score is going to be, but I'm anxious to see what the actual number is going to be. Yeah.
But just if you don't mind, this is our little committee, and we have people from the library and Terrebonne General, and just other groups here with us. So we're just going to walk down a couple of halls and just take a look at some of the renovations.
Awesome.
Okay. And you want to start with your office?
Yes, come on in. I do have, because I feel like this is my house, so I like to welcome people to my house. So I do have some refreshments for you guys. Yes.
Wow. Now that's a principal that knows.
I love my school. That's all a part of my warm and fuzzy kind of feel here. So this will be out for you guys as we go around. If you guys want to stop back in before we leave, you're welcome. Yeah, I have water. I have little plates and little treats for you guys. Just to say welcome to my house, and I'm happy to have you guys here. And I'm happy to show it off because I think we've had tremendous improvement. Actually, where you're standing right now used to be a storage room. Wow. And yeah, so we got rid of a couple of the the shelving, and one of the things that I really wanted to do is when people come into my school, I wanted them to feel like this is a professional setting and I care about your children, and we're gonna present ourselves in a professional way. So with the support of Mr. Ogeron, Miss LaRose, we kind of powwowed together and came up with this grand plan. And actually this room is used every day. This is kind of where we hold the meetings because I want people to feel like we're professionals here. So this room is used every day. So it was absolutely worth knocking down bookshelves and getting it all together because we actually use it. So this is one of our good improvements, I think.
Yeah.
How's the transformation affected the kids, in your opinion? Like when you walk in, you really have to put on sunglasses. It was so bright and so vivid, you know?
Yes.
How's that affected them?
Well, I think one of the things is I love my babies here, okay? And so whenever they walked in the door, I always want them to feel like it's home here. And I want them to have pride in their school. I think that's probably the big thing. When they walk in, this is clean, it's taken care of, and we want them to do the same. So when they see Miss Cook picking up trash on the floor, then they pick up trash on the floor too, because this is your home away from home. So I think it gave them even more of a sense of pride, I would say, because we're mud bugs, and if you see our kids, you'll see our theme this year is mud bug pride. So it just kind of, I think, fostered even more of a sense of pride for us.
I could tell you're meticulous because your cookies are in perfect
I'm not OCD, but I have OCD tendencies.
Bubba just ruined.
I know. It's okay.
It's too orderly.
See, I knew somebody was going to want that cookie this morning at 9 o'clock. Okay, are you ready to see our beautiful building? All right. Good morning, Miss Monnier. Now, one of the huge changes is, like you said, Mr. Falls, it's so bright here. When I came, actually, we didn't even realize how dark it was until we got new lighting and new flooring. So all the classrooms were outfitted with new lighting. The flooring is new. For those of you who are not familiar with elementary school, my favorite part of the floor is the tile, because the children walk on the tile, so we don't have to put lines in the floor. They walk on the tile. So that's one of my favorite parts. So all of the classrooms outfitted with new lights, new lighting. We are in the process of still kind of fixing up and doing some painting and things like that, because now that we have all this bright light, we want the whole building to match. So now we're still in the process of doing a little bit of touch up here and there. And it's a work in progress, but I think it's going to be fantastic. It's fantastic now, but I think it's going to be even better when we kind of put on the finishing touches. We began construction in the main building. So last year, we were basically under construction for pretty much the entire year. So we began last year with some of our classes in different parts of the building because we had to close down wings of the building at a time.
She did the majority of all the, like we mentioned earlier, the logistics and maneuvering, all that. So big job, big part of the job.
Yeah, we're huge if y'all haven't noticed. We're a little big, but it worked really well, and we had a phenomenal crew. Like our construction crew was phenomenal, so they made the process really easy. They worked with us, and they understood that we're a school, so we have to function with kids in the school, so they were very accommodating to us. Whatever really I asked for, they were willing to help. So the process was pretty seamless for us. So I'm going to say thank you. Favor isn't fair, so I just take the favor. So,
if I can say, with all of that, still grew academically. With all the disruption and maneuvering all that, still they focused on the work and did well, still with all that.
Yeah, because excellence is the expectation here, and our theme this last year and this year is that we're on a mission, and we're on Mission Possible. Because we want to look at the possibilities that our students have. We don't want to look at what they can't do. We want to look at what they can do and how can we be instrumental in helping them accomplish that. So no matter what the environment is around them, we still have to focus on instruction because that's why we're here. We're here to grow kids, and that's what we do here at Acadian. So that still has to be the forefront no matter what chaos may be going on around us.
I like that. Mission Possible.
Mission Possible, yes. We had a little bit of a process to try to get it finished, but our hope is to get it up and running within the next couple weeks. That's our hope. So you can see our perimeter fencing. That's one thing that we kind of we have around the building. So you can see our perimeter fencing here. All of our usually, when we first got it, the parents were like, I can't get in. And I was like, because we're Fort Knox. But the parents were like, but that's a good thing. And I was like, yes, it is a good thing. So we do have procedures in the morning for when they come in. But once the bell rings, we are on lockdown and nobody goes outside the perimeter of the building. We maneuver on the inside of the building. Yes. Yes.
You can get a good shot of what the new windows look like here that were replaced, as opposed to this wing didn't have damages, so we didn't replace these.
Those
but this is all brand new, this building here.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna take them around the back this way because this is where the how we can get into the modular. Now, Hurricane Ida kind of took our whole modular, so we were blessed to get a brand new one. This is all new. The ramp, the canopy. This is probably my favorite part of the building. They did a phenomenal job, I think, on the on this ramp area. So our children did not have this before, but now they have a nice covered area to kind of come outside, especially on days like today. They can come out and our children come out here and play. Or even if it's raining, they can still be outside without having to be in the elements.
Point out how we use the corner of the buildings for the perimeter fencing.
Yes.
Kind of see a pretty good example of how we contain using building perimeters as well.
Mm-hmm. So we're pretty locked in, which is a good thing. Okay, this is the fun zone, like I like to call this. This is the fun zone. Okay, this is our pre-K class. This is Miss Trixie's class. And this is basically what our pre-K class looks like.
Good morning.
Say good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Carlos. So we have all their center activities and all of this. All of these things were replaced from the storm because the entire building, we lost the entire building. So they're outfitted with everything is new. So we're getting our babies ready for kindergarten. But this is, like I said, what I call the fun zone. So they have a lot of learning through play. This whole side of the building is pre-K classrooms. We have them towards the back of the building. On the other side of the building, those are kind of like ancillary rooms. But we're blessed to have a 10 classroom modular. We had a 8 classroom modular before the storm, so we did get 2 extra rooms. We have our restrooms here, our boys and girls. We have a staff bathroom, and we actually have a restroom that we use to assist our children with potty training. So that's something we didn't have last year. So we're excited about that to help some of our friends get that skill mastered. We have like an indoor-outdoor play area right here. So if it's hot, like especially in August when it was like really, really hot, I'm very protective of my babies, so we didn't go outside. I was like, no, we're not doing that. But since we have the extra space, since we have a 10 classroom modular, the teachers were like, hey, maybe we can create an outdoor area and we can bring our children in here. So that's what we did. So the kids can still have playtime, but they could do it in the air conditioning. And then we are blessed to have an EL translator housed here on our campus, and that is her office right there. So she assists us with working with our Hispanic families, but she also works with other schools in the district, but we have a huge Hispanic population, so having her here is an absolute blessing. She's here every day, and we utilize her every day. And that is common for us to get children in who don't speak English, but we have a phenomenal L program. We do have an L teacher who's here 2 days a week working with our students. We do have an L para as well, working with those students because our population is so high. Mm-hmm.
I would think they'd pick it up quick.
They do. Because they're so young, they usually pick it up really quickly. High school, I would probably say, is a little bit more difficult because they've been immersed in their own language for so long. But when we get them in kindergarten, first grade, the turnaround, you would be amazed how resilient kids are, and they're very perceptive as far as picking up the language. So it usually doesn't happen as slowly as you would think. Mm-hmm. Yes. Now we only use this entrance when we're leaving the building for like dismissal, because remember, when the bell rings, we're on lockdown and nobody comes out here. So we only use this to dismiss our kids at the end of the day.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.
You'll see a lot of changes here. They're still working on the roof.
101.9.
Total roof replacement, air conditioner replacement. It's very cool today, but when they're humming, you don't even hear these new units. I mean, major, large units, quiet as you can imagine. But we'll walk into an unfinished vestibule. You'll get a feel for it, and we'll kind of migrate around through some of the school hallways and gym, kind of wrap up our tour, okay?
Just a new addition is this parking lot for teachers to kind of really have a nice place to park, stay out of the gravel and mud, and it gives the school just a nice clean look in the front. So all this is obviously new. As we'll be walking around, you'll see all the facade has been changed out, including the windows and walls. Some of the painting on the orange bricks are now this darker gray color to kind of just give it a lot of continuity throughout the exterior. And then we'll walk in and we'll meet our principal, Mr. Torrey Carter. He's going to walk us in, and it's a great look right here. And we'll walk into our secure vestibule, which is again ongoing, but the whole front is obviously much more inviting and looks very good. Give credit to our architect, Shelley Olivier, for kind of doing a lot of this exterior work for us, and the interior vestibule architect, Daniel Bruce, for designing this reconfigured office and vestibule. So let's go take a look at Oak Lawn. Let's go. This is our principal, Torrey Carter. How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you. Well, this is our front entrance, the vestibule, and basically this is where our parents and students will enter the school, and then you enter, and this is the window where you're checking the students. From there, when the student will be buzzed in down this hallway, and then basically that's how the school is on secured. It's locked down where this would be your entrance area and everything. So
What's behind this car?
your SRO. This is the SRO. She'll be up in here. So watching everything.
And just point out, this is all bulletproof walls and glass. So heavy duty security here.
Right.
Cool.
And from this point, to get into any side, you have to be buzzed in. All of this is a new section to the office. So the secretaries used to be behind this wall here. Now they'll be up here working in this area. So we have an open area back here where we'll have like a conference area, a new office over here where the secretary do bookkeeping. So some extra office space came with the new area. And here, this would be the area where parents would come in and do any kind of business they would have to do. And this used to be our old office area. And we'll use this as a conference area when we have our conferences with our teachers and our leadership meetings. One of the assistant principals will be in this office, Ms. Kakisha Harris. Your counselor will be back in here, Ms. Anita Boverland. This is an extra office for our service providers. This is Ms. Boverland, our counselor. It's her office. Over here is our nurse's office. We added a door that's entrance over there. Here we have our new AC systems. They were located from the front entrance. We had some in the front of the building. Now we put some here and at the side of the building as well. Cemented this area here. This is our temporary office until our office is finished in the front. We have Ms. Forey and our secretaries, Ms. Pam. So that's our other secretary. We have Ms. Tamara. Ms. Tamara is our attendance clerk. Okay.
Okay, sure will. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ms. Nicole, that's our nurse.
Stuff that was under your floor, windows on this back wall, and a paint job. So we have some trim work to do. I think we should probably.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Paint these frames,
Welcome to
dark gray or something, kind of blend it in better and do a little bit more ceiling work. But all new air conditioning. You see, that's the new units here. All those big. We want to thank the sheriff's office again for a fresh paint job on these walls here. They just did this
Over the
trustees
weekend.
group over the weekend.
Yes.
Knocked it out.
Right.
Prepped it up last week and
Right.
first time I see it, it's beautiful.
It
Came out
finished up
really,
yesterday.
Really nice.
Yes.
Very nice. It brightens it up.
They brighten up the hallway.
Yeah.
You see new lights, new floors, and freshly painted hallways and classrooms. You want to talk about it?
Yes, this is our calming room. This is a room we bring, it's a special group of students to calm down. So it's called our calming room. We have a dimming lighting system.
I feel the floors are
Blue,
soft too, yeah.
Yeah, blue walls. It's just a different type of room. It's basically to calm you down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is a really good view right here. You can see the new air conditioners all on the perimeter here. Just a gutter downspout work here.
Why do you have all of those?
This is our cafeteria.
Turn around and finish eating. If you get in the clap once, twice, once.
The best choice.
See, we go up the last.
Is this still the girls' side of the locker rooms?
No, we're going toward the locker room down.
Yeah.
This is the PLC room.
Okay.
And then we have like a classroom here, a self-contained resource class.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And in the gym, we're working on a new AC system in here. Gonna change out the bleachers. Yeah, new windows that were put in.
There's a lot of great athletes come out of this gym.
They did. You're right.
It looks like you.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of water that
Right.
pulled up in here. And
Yeah.
Yes.
did well, you know. Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But these are all new AC duct
Yeah,
work and windows.
Yes.
So all this wall is framed.
Yes.
It's really
I got it.
Got it?
Yeah, you could talk.
So as you could see, all of this area, they redid this area here.
Yeah.
The front entrance. Look up here. All of this is new, redesigned. The top area, new ACs.
So this is all new. All this front window
Lighting.
framework and
You're working on the outside area. They're gonna change out canopy at the front entrance.
Front of the
There's
gym.
more work to be done.
right over here.
We're gonna put some covers, exterior walls on the walls. They're prepping the walls.
We're gonna wrap all this too, so that they're prepping kind of.
Yeah, I see the stripping.
So guys, hope you all enjoyed,
Yes.
just kind of seeing just some of the changes and upgrades. Thank you for speaking throughout this tour and taking time to show us around.
Thank you all for coming. We appreciate you all supporting us.
Our main custodian, Mr. Jesse, does a great job. He and his crew keeping the school looking great. So we thank you for that, Mr. Jesse.
Yes, sir. We plan on keeping this energy and make sure everything look good for the kids and our teachers. And got great leaders here, Mr. Bubba and our principal, Mr. Carter. So we appreciate that. I'm happy to be here, be a part of this.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Man, I've been with you for a long time ago.
What a great day. I want to thank Mr. Bob Armstrong, Ms. Melissa Hagan, Mr. Leonard Falls for getting in touch with HTV so we could come on this tour to show you what's happening in the school systems. A lot of times you don't get to go in and see the things that we saw today, but there's a lot happening, a lot of renovations going on, a lot of innovations, and you can tell the students are really buying into it. So thank you all for joining us. Dwayne Dupre doing a great job behind the camera. We'll see you in the next go around.
Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodeau, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.